What's going on, my dudes? This is Mr. Garner and this is Math Time with Mr. G. Today we're going to learn how to graph quadratic formulas using standard form. So the first question I have is, what is standard form? So our equation is going to be ax squared plus bx plus c, and that's going to equal y. So what do each one of these letters mean? A is our rate of change. B, it is useful for helping us find axis of symmetry and our vertex. And our C is our y-intercept. So what are the pros and cons of standard form? The pros are it is super quick to find the y-intercept, and it's super useful in finding x-intercepts. And the cons are it is super slow to find the vertex and the axis of symmetry. So how do we find the vertex using standard form? The first step is that we have to find the axis of symmetry. And the way that we find axis of symmetry is with this equation. So let's say I gave you this equation. We would plug in our b term, our a term, and then solve for our axis of symmetry. So because our equation was negative, and we had a negative b, I had negative, negative, and that turned positive. There was no number in front of my a, so I put a 1. So my axis of symmetry is 1. So that's step 1 to finding our vertex. Step 2 is plug our axis of symmetry back into the equation to find the vertex. So my vertex is my axis of symmetry and the y term that I found after plugging it in. So my vertex is 1, negative 11. All right, if they gave us in standard form, how would we graph it? The first thing we would do is find the y-intercept. And that's just our very last c term. So I can graph that at negative 2. The next thing is my rate of change, which is just my a term of 1. Then I have to find my axis of symmetry and vertex to go from there. So my vertex is at negative 2, negative 6. And then I know my rate of change is up 1 over 1. And there is my graph. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments section. But other than that, be kind to each other, ask lots of questions, and think deeply.